Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's Lean Publishing Tip of the Day live stream. I'm just going to wait for maybe a few people to show up and see if I can uh, click to go live on Instagram here. Okay, there we go. We're live on Instagram as well as on X and LinkedIn and YouTube. We'll just sort of do the usual kind of programming notes as I try to get into the camera here for Instagram that we're starting to do these things. Yeah. So today's Lean Publishing Tip of the Day live stream is about how to use Leanpub service credits. The usual programming notes on these is that you can find these live streams recorded for all time and preserved on our YouTube channel at Leanpub. Just look for the Tip of the Day playlist. You can also find an accompanying blog post for each one of these Lean Publishing Tip of the Day live streams that will exist on our blog at leanpub.com/blog. These are really useful. You'll see when the video is done, you'll see the video at the top of the page so you can watch it. And these are going to be, these function like kind of informal, kind of fun explainers for all kinds of things on Leanpub and all kinds of things related to self-publishing and book marketing advice and things like that. If you like what you see, or if you'd like to learn more, please like and subscribe and everything like that. We're going to try to be more consistent, as I've said recently on these things, with doing them every day at noon Pacific time. Check your calendar or whatever to see what time that is for you. If you like taking some time out of your day to learn a little bit about self-publishing and Leanpub, and maybe up your Leanpub game, and maybe help increase your book sales or motivate you to finish the next chapter or publish the first version of your book and things like that. So today what we're going to be talking about, hopefully it probably won't be too long, is a new concept we introduced a couple of months ago when we released what we call V3 of Leanpub, the new version of Leanpub. These are service credits. And so you might wonder what that means, what that's all about, and that's what I'm here to explain to you today. So the first thing to note is that Leanpub offers various services for authors. This will change, from time to time, relatively frequently, maybe even as we sort of adapt to sort of feedback and stuff like that, and to our new design and stuff like that. But so Leanpub has these awesome services to help self-published authors write their books and promote their books and reach new markets and things like that. So when I say reach new markets, one of if you click on services currently, that'll take you straight to our Translate AI service page. So basically, if you've written your book on Leanpub, if you've got, you've written your book literally on Leanpub, that gives you all kinds of amazing opportunities to use our tools and services to publish your book in new ways. And one of them is to translate your book into various different languages. You can see all the languages here. You'll also select a book if you've got a book that's available for translation and stuff like that. You'll have a little drop down. Some Leanpub authors have written many books. That's basically the short version there. You can choose languages and things like that. But we've also currently got other amazing services like our Publish on Amazon service. So this is for people who have completed a book on Leanpub and want to get their book into print on Amazon KDP and get all the eyeballs that Amazon has that Leanpub doesn't. But they don't want to learn. I mean, KDP is a totally independent thing. You can do it completely on your own. But if you don't want to learn KDP, if you just want Leanpub to do it, you can pay us and we'll do it for you. That's a relatively expensive service, but you can potentially earn a lot of money and without having to do anything. We also have these marketing packages, which currently are a combination of a spot in an email newsletter sale, a sponsored spot, and a spot on with a feature we call the shelf near the top of our homepage, which is very cool. We also have currently we have a kind of launch quick start service. We have an index AI service. We have an import AI service. So when I said if you've written your book on Leanpub, you can use these various services. If you've written your book elsewhere, like on Microsoft Word or something like that, you can consult with us to import your book into Leanpub so that it's written in plain text in Markua. And those terms might not mean anything to you. If they don't, you probably want to use our import AI service. If you've already written a book, we've also got Global Author, we've got Course AI, Author Quick Start, and Accessibility Pro. These services, of course, are all subject to change and amendment and stuff like that. And we'll probably be like starting new ones and getting rid of old ones and stuff like that over time. But the fundamental idea is that we have these services that you can use if you've written a book, if you've got a book published on Leanpub. Or if you're about to publish one and you want advice, things like that, we've got services that can help get you started. So one thing we introduced was the concept of service credits. And currently, the way you get service credits, oh, I'm not sharing my screen. So here's what I was talking about when I was talking just now. Basically, we have things like Translate AI, we have Publish on Amazon, we have marketing packages, we have Launch Quick Start. Well, now it's not sharing that either. Hold on a second. Here we go. Okay. So maybe we start over. So on Leanpub, if you go to services, if you go to, from our homepage and you go to services, then you can go to um, various pages like our Translate AI service, which is really amazing. If you've written your book on Leanpub, it's finished. You can, click a button, pay us some money, and you can get your book translated into up to 31 other languages. This is a really amazing service, particularly if you've written a nonfiction book. It's really, really cool. And we've got other services like our marketing packages, which I was just talking about before when I wasn't screen sharing. But you can, you can get these are currently it's a combination. If you buy marketing packages of a spot on the shelf on our homepage, which is a really cool advertising feature, and then a sponsored spot in our weekly and or monthly sale newsletters, which go out to thousands of people who are all interested in Leanpub books, know what Leanpub is, that kind of thing. We've got other services like currently Launch Quick Start, Index AI, Import AI. Import AI is if you haven't written if you've got a book manuscript but you didn't write it in Leanpub, you've got to import it, and you can pay us to do that. We can consult with you and talk with you about the best way to do that. If you've written a book a nonfiction book on Leanpub, you can actually click a button to create a course from it. That is an online course with like quizzes and exercises and grades and a certificate and stuff like that. That's a really amazing service as well. And then we've got currently Author Quick Start and Accessibility Pro, all these different services subject to change. New ones will be added, old ones will be kind of taken away if no one's interested in them, or we decide they're not that useful in the end, things like that. But anyway, so Leanpub has this concept of services that you can use as a self-published author to hopefully boost your sales and things like that. Now, given that we have these services, one thing we've introduced is the concept of service credits. And the way you currently get service credits is, so you might note I clicked on authors on the top here. If you click on authors, then you'll go. So Leanpub is free to use out of the box, as it were. You can write a book in our browser writing mode. You can write it for free. You can use many really awesome Leanpub features for free, including publishing your book for free. You don't have to pay a cent to be able to publish it and make money. But we do have these author memberships. This is also subject to change. We're actually currently working on kind of simplifying the plans and stuff like that. So these prices will change, the sort of services will change, but the general concept, like I said, is going to be there. Just like we have author services, we also have these author memberships, which give you various features. Now, if you look here on the right, you'll see this Max Author membership, which has all the memberships of the things to the left. There's all the way these kind of membership pages always work. But it also has something very interesting, which is a $349 service credit that you get every 12 months if you're paying the monthly plan. So the funny thing you'll note is like, hold on, $349 service credit is like just about 10 times that monthly amount. So you're basically only paying 2 months more than the service credit that you get. Isn't that interesting? If you actually just pay once a year for this plan, you'll see where the pricing, sort of the magical pricing decision making was made for this currently, again, subject to change. But basically, if you buy and if you pay for an annual Max Author membership for $349, you get $349 in service credits. So basically, if you were planning on buying a couple of marketing packages on Leanpub in the whole year to help promote your book, you might as well get a Max Author membership and get the extra features that come from it. Get VIP author support. It's basically you get service credits for the same for the equivalent cost of the plan currently. So what that means is that, for example, if you go to, well, I'll show you first. Share this tab instead. Getting better at this. So if you go, stay on the same tab. So if you go to your account and you go to the author service balance, if you had bought an annual Max Author membership, you would see that you have $349 in service credits. This is really cool. It's very interesting. And what that means is that, for example, if you go to the marketing packages page and you want to get a marketing package like the 1 week shelf spot plus the 1 weekly sale newsletter, you'll see this buy with credits. button here. You can just use those credits to do stuff. So you get, again, you get, if you buy the annual author sort of max membership, you get the equivalent amount of credits to what you've spent for the membership, which is really just amazing. And so, for example, if you've done that, then you can go, yeah, to the marketing packages page here. You can also go to Translate AI, and let's just wait for that page to load. And then you can go down and you can see if you start adding, let's say I want to get it translated into Arabic and Chinese simplified. You can see that, for example, we're showing you this sort of like dynamically updating pricing for the translations. But, the first three languages, let's say I also want Czech, are $249. I've chosen three languages and I'm still within the range of the credits that I bought. I can get my book translated into three languages. Translate AI, not to bury the lead here, doesn't just translate your manuscript. It creates landing pages on Leanpub, individual landing pages in that language, selling your book in that language. So like once the process that you click a button, we do some work. Once the process is done, your book is just available for sale in those languages, which is just amazing. So you saw before that I had $349 in service credits. Obviously, if I keep clicking on too many languages, that's going to, the cost of the Translate AI that you're choosing is going to be more than the credits that you have. We'll update this and improve this and how it works. But basically, yeah, the sort of main story there is that if you get an author, if you get, say, an annual max author membership for $349 that you pay, you get $349 in those service credits available for you to use to buy $349 worth of Leanpub services. So this is just a really amazing feature. If you're planning on spending money on a Leanpub membership, now you can get if you get the big one, you can get these service credits. Again, we'll probably change up the memberships a little bit to sort of maybe spread that across the other memberships in some way. But yeah, like this concept of service credits means that we're basically like, why would you give me $349 in service credits for $349 and a max membership for $349? And it's like, well, because on Leanpub, we pay, royalties as a percentage. And so, we only make money on Leanpub if you make money. And we think that our sort of author services, like our marketing packages, Translate AI, things like that, can potentially help you market your book and make more money. So we think we're going to make money from you. You succeeding. You succeeding means we succeed. And so we think these service credits are a really great way to encourage people to get an author membership, and in addition to that, use our services to help reach a bigger audience. So thank you very much, everyone. If you were watching me on the live stream today, the blog post is on leanpub.com/blog, how to use Leanpub service credits. Yeah, and if you're interested in any more of these, please subscribe on our YouTube channel. That's probably the best way to keep up with these live streams. And of course, if you miss one, or if you don't keep up with them all, or it's not the right time of day for you, given your time zone or your work schedule and stuff like that, you can find these Lean Publishing Tip of the Day live streams on our YouTube channel at Leanpub. Please like and subscribe and all that kind of good stuff. So thank you very much, everyone, for watching this live stream today.